Hey everybody, welcome to another Fundamental Games game playthrough. Today we're going to be playing my very own game, Legends of Novus, and we're going to be trying a character that hasn't seen any public airtime, and that is Morty, the Bard of Silverin. So Morty was an unlocked Kickstarter character when the Kickstarter was live just last month. And so we're going to put him on the newly devised character board. So you can see, as I described last time, there's a quest token, a luck token, a spot for your money, and then the character card is now a poker size card, and right below that is the class card. So Morty is a Bard of Silverin. So this is a new class we're testing out. And you'll see here that its marker is actually every class. So it says here that Morty is considered all classes when visiting a location or equipping items, unless it would prevent him from equipping a card. He also gains +1 escape, but he can only use a single hand slot. He can only use a single hand, but he can use any type of equipment. But he has a -2 to his combat, so he actually has a negative value when he starts the game. Basically putting him at 0, but we have to remember that -2 as he stays the Bard. When he hits Advanced class, he has the opportunity to become a Cunning Charmer, but we'll talk more about that if we get to that point. We are playing a solo play game, as I usually do online, so we're going to slap in a turn tracker here, and if I can figure out how later on, at some point I will try to create a real turn tracker using the solo dials that I created, but for now we're just going to use this. Scale it a bit bigger just to make it easier to play with, and we're on turn 0. Alright, so there we are. We have Morty, we have his class card. We are going to shuffle up these cards here just to show everything is random. We've got the adventure guide here, there's the location guide, and all the quest creatures on the side of the mat. So Morty, just like everybody else, starts in base city, and we will get rocking with him. Now you'll notice he has a mechanical arm. He lost his arm to Osira, so kind of a secret goal that we're going to have just for fun is to see if Morty can defeat Osira near the end of the game as part of his victory condition. So the goal in this game is to defeat 3 quest creatures and earn 1 normal quest to complete before 15 turns is up, as that's the main goal. And you keep playing until you defeat the game or till you hit 25 turns, in which case you lose. So to start the game, we get 1 random adventure, 1 random reward card, and those go into our hand. So I'm just going to leave the hand up here for you to see at all times. We have a Master of Classes and a spell book. Now remember, as a Bard, he can equip any item. You're considered all classes unless it would prevent you from equipping a card. So if a card says wizards can't use it, Morty still can, but if it's a wizard card, he can use it. So he could use a spell book or a Master of Classes. Now, Master of Classes is pretty useless to Morty, but he could equip the spell book on his first turn. He also has an ability called a Minor Charm. This may be used once when you face a regular encounter card after their action effect. You can attempt to escape after you have that action, and just gives him a way to earn money and run away at the same time, kind of an alternate way for him to avoid battles. Alright, so on my first turn I'm going to preparation phase equip this spell book. This goes in a hand slot. And the other thing to note here, we're gonna we'll denote it with a one of these cards here. We're gonna put this here. Morty's only allowed to use 1 hand slot, so to kind of represent that, we're gonna slap this right here. That card is actually a bit big, so we'll scale it down. So this means he cannot use a second hand slot. He can't use a 2-handed item. If I get a different item that I want to put in this hand, I'd have to put the spellbook back in my hand. Alright, so that's my preparation phase. During my explore phase, I can either travel or explore the city that I'm in. Now, Morty has a special ability where he benefits from any location's class ability, so he can earn experience just by visiting the class cities. So it's kind of in his best interest to do that. So let's start by going 1, 2, we're going to travel and see what we roll. Again, I've never played with him other than testing out his abilities a turn or 2 at a time, so we're going to see how this plays out. we have an encounter. The encounter that Morty must face off against is a group of mutant rats. And if they defeat us, they're going to go on a skill slot as a curse. So what can Morty do? Well, he really doesn't have a hope to beat him in regular combat. So let's look at his ability. He could use it once when he faces a regular encounter card, which this is, after their action roll effect. It doesn't have one, so it's after the effect now. And you can attempt an escape roll. If you succeed, you gain 10 gold pieces for each XP the creature was worth. So instead of fighting this, I would roll this die as an escape roll. And if I escape, which I did, I rolled higher than a 6, then I gain 10 times its XP value, which in the middle of the screen there is 3. So 10 times 3, I will gain 30 XP. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So just some free money for running away. I don't get any experience out of that deal, and this goes to the discard pile. I ran away. Morty just, in the way it's described on the card, is that you have a minor charm, so it's like you convince the rat that you weren't a tasty dinner tonight. Alright, then we go to the end of the turn, and so that's the end of turn 1. Having 40 gold is not a bad deal, and at the beginning of every turn I could purchase a card, but I'm going to try a different tactic with Morty. I'm going to save his gold pieces for experience points. And if you look here, if he gets 150 GP, he could trade it in for 5 experience, so that may help him later on. So that's the strategy I'm going to go with. So I'm going to travel again, this time just 1, and roll the travel die. We have an extra travel or 10 GP, so I will take the 10 GP since I'm already where I want to get. And then I go to, that was my adventure phase. During my, at the end of my adventure phase, if I'm in Bay and I am a druid, and I'm all classes, so I'm a druid, then I gain 2 XP. I started at 3, so I'm now at 5. And 1 reward card. 1 reward card. Alright. So a pair of leather boots, we can strap those on in my recovery phase. And then I'll boost my combat by 1. So now my total combat here with 5 experience would be 1. And so I'm actually still at a -1 experience, so I stay at 0. Alright. And that will bring me to the end of turn 2. I'm on to turn 3 now. So I have successfully got the druid experience. Maybe I'll make my way to the fighter city now. I'm just going to travel the world with this druid playing his musical instrument with his mechanical arm. So we've got an adventure. Flip that over, and we are cursed. We have a mind-wrecking rail, so that must immediately go on a skill slot. And I have a -2 combat penalty. So I was already bad at combat. I'm a little bit worse now. That's okay. Safely made it to the foothills of Turin, and that one has no effect when I stay there at the end of the turn. So that's the end of turn 3. Turn 4, I'm going to travel some more. 1, 2, and again, I don't know if this is the best strategy for this druid or just testing him out. So, I have another adventure card to draw. We got a caravan, so that goes into my hand. And you can play this during your preparation phase to move to any location on the map and go right to the adventure phase. So that's pretty useful for him. We get safely to this waypoint, nothing happens there, and we end turn 4. So turns are flying fast and furious and not accomplishing a whole lot. So who knows what'll happen. So I'm going to travel again, 1, 2, roll that travel die. Oops, let's see it pop back up on the table. Roll it again. So we got travel. I'm going to take the extra travel this turn. So nothing bad happens. I gain 2 experience because I went to another class city, even though I'm not a fighter. My Bard ability gives me that. And I'll get a free reward as well. We found here a holy symbol. Now, a great thing about this lovely druid, or this lovely bard, is he knows a little bit about every class, so he can use this holy symbol even though it's normally assigned to only priests. So he'll slap this holy symbol on, and again, it doesn't give him a genuine bonus, but it will give him a bonus against demon undead and help him destroy a curse in play. So I could destroy this card to destroy this curse at any time. So good thing to keep in mind. Alright, and that'll bring us to the end of turn 5 already. At the beginning of turn 6, I'm going to use this caravan that we drew earlier, and I'm going to jump all the way over to Danesk, the Thief City. Why am I going to do that? I'm going to do that so I can get the 2 bonus during the adventure phase. So I'll get 2 more experience, 1, 2, and another reward card. I found myself a Ring of the Griffin, which I can equip. Again, no combat bonus. Morty's not finding any way to fight things, but he does have extra travel and extra running now, and running is actually a great skill for him. So he'll take it. That brings us to the end of turn 6, the start of turn 7. Now that I have an extra movement, I'm going to keep on running. 1, 2, 3, movement. Oh, off the table again. Whoops. So we have a combat again. We are going to fight an assassin. Assassin has a backstab option. Sorry, the quality of the card image here isn't great. I must not have uploaded at the right dimensions. But anyway, backstab. He's going to do an action die roll. And I rolled a 1, which is a tragic fail. If I roll less than 10, I suffer -5 combat and cannot escape. I can add any escape bonuses to the roll, but a tragic fail is a tragic fail unless I use my luck token. So do I want to use it this early in the game? Sure, why not? So luck token lets me re-roll this die. And if it were a 1, I could re-roll it again, but it's a 5. And I get to add my escape bonuses, so I have 2 escape bonuses, so I definitely escaped or dodged the backstab. So now I must choose, do I want to fight this assassin or do I want to try to escape it? Well, if I fight it, my combat bonus is still a 0. Other than the fact that I could discard a card for 1 extra combat, so not the greatest. So I'm going to run from it. We got a 6 plus my bonuses. I definitely ran from it, and I get 20 extra GP with my Bard bonus. Using that minor charm. So there you go. And that brings me to the end of turn 7. We'll start turn 8. Turn 8, I will travel 2 spots, roll the travel die. Free travel or 10 money, I'll take the 10 money. And I get 2 more experience. So we're up to 11 experience just by traveling around the globe. And 1 more reward card. We've got a scroll of summoning, that's cool. We'll go to my recovery phase. I will equip the scroll of summoning and use it right away. It's kind of what it's designed for, but there might be occasional times where you may discard it, just if you're in a real bind. And I will get an animal ally. So I'm going to grab this wolf as an animal ally. It goes in a item slot, and it gives me an extra 2 combat. So right now my combat is 1, 2. If you look at my experience chart, I've got 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 combat, but I have -2 and -2, so I'm actually officially at 1 combat now. Yay, Morty is a force to be reckoned with. Now, in the City of Braille, I could pay 25 gold to purge this curse off me, but I'm going to do that with the holy symbol instead. Actually, we'll do that now. Use the holy symbol, destroy this curse. So by doing that, I'll bring my combat back up to 3. The other thing I'm going to do at the end of my recovery phase is to go to an advanced character. Now Morty can only become advanced character of a cunning charmer. He can't be anything else. So that's one drawback to being Morty. He has some perks to being able to use any equipment, but he has some downsides, such as having 1 hand and can only be a cunning charmer. He only knows 1 trade. So as a cunning charmer, I will have 1 more combat, so I'm actually up to 4 now. Boost that up. I can find a dot. Up to 4. He's considered all classes as usual. He gains +2 to any action die rolls, just not combat rolls, and he can only use a single hand slot again. Now he has a major charm. It can be used once when you face a regular encounter card after they have their action roll effect. I can roll the action die and 1 for the creature. If my result is higher, that creature becomes an ally. So I'll show you how that works when we get to that point. So that's the end of turn 8, and now I really want to hope for encounters because I want to get some allies. So how can I encourage encounters? Well, we could go to the Abandoned Wastelands, traveling 1, or we could go to the Tropics of Delmeria. That's not a regular encounter though. So 1, 2, 3, let's go to the Abandoned Wasteland. Roll the travel die. We have ourselves an encounter, so we might get a natural encounter here. Oh, skeleton anyway. So Skeletal Knight. So what are we going to do about this Skeletal Knight? Well, it doesn't have an action die roll, which means that I can activate my major charm right now. How do you charm a skeleton? I guess only Morty knows the answer to that question. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll both of these dice. Red is going to be Morty, yellow is going to be the skeleton. And if red rolls higher than the skeleton, then he will charm him. Keeping in mind that anytime I roll action dice, which includes this, if I roll higher, then I get +2. So I naturally have a great chance of charming. This is Morty's superpower. So Morty has 2 + 2 is 4 against 3, which means this guy goes into an item slot. And you only gain its combat value. So all of a sudden I have +3 combat. So you can see 1, 2, 3. Morty's up to 7 combat now because he found a friend. He may not be able to fight very well himself or wear many things on his armor or in his weapon hand, but he can find people that want to fight with him. So that was kind of neat that we randomly encountered that on the way to the Abandoned Wastelands. At the end of my turn, nothing I want to do, so I will advance the turn tracker to turn 9. And I'm going to explore in the Abandoned Wastelands. So the new thing that we have to explore is this little explore token. You kind of throw it on the map or put it under your standee if you're playing the real game. And that represents that I'm exploring this turn so that I don't forget next turn. So when I explore, I will refer to the location guide under the Abandoned Wastelands. And for this explore action, I flip over cards from the encounter deck until I reveal an undead. I must battle that creature and it gets +2 combat. So I just keep flipping cards over until we have an undead, which we do. And then the rest go back in the deck and get shuffled. So we have a ghoul here. Again, apologize for the quality of the card here. It's much better in my digital files, so I'll have to fix that. So it says roll an action die. So I roll an action die. I get to add 2 to my roll because of my Bard ability. So I've rolled a 4. If I roll less than 6, I suffer -3 combat this turn. That's perfectly fine with Morty. He doesn't mind being paralyzed. He already knows what it's like to lose an arm. He's going to activate his special ability. Again, he can use it once per combat. So it's a regular combat. We're going to roll these 2 dice. Oops. And see if we can find another ally. So I have rolled 7 plus his 2 is 9, and the enemy's rolled a 6. So I have found a way to charm this ghoul as well. When I charm that ghoul, I'm going to get an extra 6 combat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's quite the bonus for Morty. Again, his downside is that he's still only 13 with all these bonuses, but he's certainly finding a way to make a difference for himself. So 13 combat, 11 experience. He doesn't get any benefits for rewards or anything for charming that creature. It just becomes permanent to him. But he's becoming, he has a way to fight now where he didn't really before. So that's great. So that will bring us to the end of turn 10. And now Morty's going to try to find his newfound wolf and undead allies and see if he can defeat a quest creature, because we're running out of time to become a legend. He probably, well, he has a chance to. We could go after Jugon and then get this extra experience here. So let's make our way there. 1, 2, 3, travel die. We have a bonus travel, so I could go there. Yeah, we'll take the bonus travel this turn, because if you go to flooded plains, you have to stop when you travel anyway. That's one of the downsides to that location. All right, so we're safely at flooded plains. Nothing else I want to do. I will be at turn 11, and I will move 1, 2, 3 to the jungles of Wakan. On turn 12, I get a free reward card. Grab that. We found a pair of leather bracers. Now those I can put on. You can only have one. You can have an additional hand item equipped, so I can put those on underneath my spell book. Maybe I'm protecting a mechanical arm too. Pretty cool. So that will give him 1 extra combat. So now he's a 14. That's not bad at all. And that will bring us to the end of turn 12 safely at the Jungles of Wakan. We're going to explore at the Jungles of Wakan. So explore there. When we explore there, we must battle Jurugan. Now Jurugan has an action ability. This is not a regular creature, so I can't use my Major Charm against him. So first I have to roll for Swallow. Add my XP of 11, so 7 plus 11 is 18. I naturally beat that anyway, and I would have had plus 2. So I don't get swallowed. That's good, Jurugan. We don't want to fall into that mouth of razor sharp teeth anyway. Now I can try to defeat him. So using my combat value of 14, we will roll these 2 dice. Red is Morty, and yellow is Jurugan. So Jurugan has a total of 22. And Morty has a total of 20. Now, he doesn't have any... Do I have any tricks up my sleeve here? No bonus against monstrosities. I could discard a card to gain +1 combat, but that's not enough to defeat this guy. So, I've lost round 1. We'll try round 2. So I beat him in round 2. And we're going to try round 3. We're going to roll them this time. They didn't seem to roll well last time. Oh, 10 against 3. Morty has managed to defeat Jurugan with the power of his little friends there. So Jurugan is defeated. This is Morty's first actual defeat this game. He gains 3 experience for that. And he gains 2 reward cards. So nice job, Morty, and your undead allies and your little wolf. Get these into my hand. We found some Trickster's coins and a Ring of Awareness. Now keep in mind I can only have 4 item slots, so I have to determine do I want to keep all of my allies, do I want to keep my Ring of the Griffin, or would I want this Ring of Awareness? Well, the Ring of Awareness gives me extra experience if I like. If you gained at any point during your turn, then you gain +1 at the end of your turn. So that's an easy one to manipulate. Because during my recovery phase I can take off this ring and then equip this ring. And then at the end of my turn I'll gain an extra experience point. I just have to remember to switch rings at the beginning of my next turn. So I gain 1 extra experience point. Thank you, ring. And that's all I get there, but I've defeated a monstrosity, so that's good. So I have 80 gold and I haven't had to purchase experience yet. I'll still try to wait till, I guess I don't really need that. So I could purchase adventure cards to get some more cards in my hand. Anyway, that's the end of turn 13. Defeated my first quest creature. At the beginning of my next turn we will subtract 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to draw an adventure card because I need to find the quest card. I got a Curse of the Crow. I immediately get -2 XP penalty while that's in place. That's too bad. Alright. I'm going to travel 1, 2 down to Asa. And I found a combat. So another Skeletal Knight. That would be worth 3 combat if I chose to defeat it. See, I already forgot to change my ring out, but that's okay. So do I want to try to charm the skeleton? I could try to charm it and just take this ring off. Charm it. So I have 6. The enemy has 6, and it says if your result is higher, so it can't be the same as. So I did not charm the skeleton. So now I'll fight the skeleton. I have 8 plus 14. It has 6 plus 3, so it definitely took down a skeleton. When you have a board built up like this, there's no way a skeleton will defeat you. So I took down the skeleton. I get 1 experience, and I earn a new reward card. So I'll slap that into my hand. I'm up to 4 cards. I can only have 5 cards in my hand, but I did find something I can use. Normally it can only be used by a wizard or a thief, but I can use cards of any ability. So we can slap this helmet on. I will get 2 more combat. 1, 2. And I have no maximum hand size. That's awesome. And if I want to, I can lose an experience per turn and to draw a card. So what I'm going to do is the experience I would have gained for this at the end of the turn, I'll just negate. I'm not going to add it, and I will draw a free card this turn. So I'm going to draw an adventure card because I really need to find a quest card. All right, and then I got to Asa, which gives me 2 more experience because it's the first time I'm going there as a wizard class, and I get another reward card. So Morty's really figuring things out here. 2-handed weapon he cannot use, but he can sell this for 25 gold. So we'll do that. Sell that for 25 gold, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's another thing you can do during your end step or your recovery phase. And we're good. That's the end of turn 14. So we are not going to make it to Legend of Novus if we don't have a quest completed or enough creatures defeated yet, but we can still try to be a hero of Novus. So I found here strategic navigation. Choose a player. The next time that player would travel, they can gain +3. At the beginning of my turn, I'm going to swap this ring out with this ring, so I have a travel +1. Do I feel strong enough to take down Asmakai? There's a possibility I could defeat Asmakai. He's a +23. Maybe not. At the beginning of my turn, though, I will purchase a reward card. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Flip that over. Got an encounter card. I could use at any time. Okay. You know what? I'm going to make my way towards Asmakai anyway. So I'm going to travel 1, 2, 3 is my normal travel, and then I'm going to use this event card here, strategic navigation, to travel up to 3 more. So I'm not there yet. I still have to roll the travel die. I got an adventure card. All right, 25 gold if I choose to use it. And I guess that will be the end of that turn. I didn't earn any experience, so end of turn 15. We start turn 16, and I will battle Asmakai. So Morty wants to play some sorrowful music for this mighty demon, the Mind Crusher. So first off, I have to do the Mind Crusher action. I have to roll a d10, add my XP, which is 16, but I get to add 2 more, so I'm going to add 18 to this roll. Oops, that wasn't really a roll. Alright, so 4 plus 18 is 22. That is not 23. I've got nothing extra I can add. So unfortunately I didn't defeat 23. I must discard all the cards in my hand and then make an escape roll. That's pretty tragic for Morty. So we'll group all those together. Just throw them in this pile. It doesn't really matter right now. And attempt an escape roll, which Morty's really good at, so he's probably going to run away. Yeah, so Morty has escaped. So basically the demon activated its superpowered fear mechanism to scare off the person trying to attack him. So got to be really careful when you're going hunting demons. I didn't lose any experience, but turn 16 has come to an end, and I cannot explore the same, so I actually have to leave the temple and go back if I ever want to fight Asmakai. Oh, the tragedy. Alright, so we will go 1, 2, 3 to the Tropics of Delmeria. We're going to make a different path. Roll that travel die, get an adventure card. Found a Master of Weapons. That's not very useful. If I have a two-handed weapon in hand or 2 one-handed weapons, I would get a bonus. But now I could play it just to get the 2 bonus. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will. Just because I can. So that's during my recovery phase. That will end turn 17. And I'm going to travel some more. I'm going to make my way to the Forest of Delusion to fight Sistos. 1, 2, 3. Roll the travel die. We have a bonus travel if we like. Yeah, we'll take that. So that will end turn 18. We go to turn 19, and I'm going to go in a battle against Sistos. So Sistos has only plus 15 to attack. I have plus 16, so that's not bad at all. Actually, I think I have 1 more plus because I'll re-add that in a minute. But first, do a Viscous Strike. Roll a d10, add your XP. So 4 plus 18 is 22, 23, 24. I failed. So So I must destroy one equipped reward card. I'm going to destroy the Mask of the Mindful. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that one gives me 2 combat. Spellbook, or the bracers. I'll destroy the spellbook. It's too bad. Alright. So, destroy the spellbook. I have no cards in hand, so I don't have anything to discard for my spellbook anyway, so that's why I did that. So now he has plus 15 to his combat. I have, we're going to add this up again, so I have -1. -1 plus 2 is 1. My experience gives me 4 more, so I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 combat value. That's pretty good. So we will roll both of these. Now I have to roll 2 dice, it says here. You must roll 2 dice for your combat roll. Take the lower number as your result. So these will be my rolls. This will be Sistos' roll. So I rolled a 3. Sistos rolled a 10 plus 5 is 25. And I have 3 plus 20 is 23. I don't have any bonuses against monstrosity, and I have nothing to discard. So that's too bad. He wins the first round of battle. Second round of battle, I have a 6, and Sistos has a 5 plus, so Sistos has 20, and I have 6 plus 20 is 26. So I defeated Sistos on the second round. Third round of battle, I have a 4, Sistos has a 1, so Sistos has 16, and I have 24. So Sistos is defeated. Congratulations, Morty, you're showing him how it's done. You gain 4 experience. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will raise my combat up 1 more to the maximum combat bonus. And what else do we get? We get 3 reward cards. 1, 2, 3. Flip, flip, flip. Alright. And that is all. Okay. So we're in pretty decent shape here. We've defeated 2 quest creatures now. We've got loads of equipment. I can't have another pair of shin guards. I cannot carry a shield. I guess I could carry the shield and... yeah, I could do that. The potion of speed could be changed out with the ring of the griffin if I wanted to. Okay. So during the recovery phase, we will switch out the leather bracers with a large shield. So I will get 1 more combat bonus. Morty's got his instrument in one hand and a large shield in the other. Up to 22 now. That can go back in his hand. And that's about all we can do for equipment. So that brings us to the end of turn 19. Turn 20, what do I want to do? I will spend 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 GP to draw an adventure card, still looking for a quest. The Elemental Evil strikes. If this card is drawn or revealed at any point in the game, set it to the side. The acting player must take the Eisenthrax token and place it on their current location. I don't have an Eisenthrax token made for this game yet, so we're just going to say that this is Eisenthrax. So Eisenthrax goes directly on my current location, which is the Forest of Delusion. And I'll just scale this up, make it bigger. So Eisenthrax takes over the Forest of Delusion. And Eisenthrax is right here. Eisenthrax is gargantuan. He's a 30 creature. I have no hope of beating him, plus he has some pretty crazy effects. He's intended to be overpowerful, by the way. But it is possible if you are near the end of the game and you truly maxed out your creature, there's a chance you could defeat Eisenthrax. So it says here that location is destroyed and the only explore action that can take place there is to battle Eisenthrax, the Elemental Evil. Okay, so that was the card I purchased. Now I'm going to spend an XP to draw another adventure card. Using my mask, I got Terrifying Visions. I must attempt to escape the first round of every battle. That is not cool. I'm going to have to go to Braille. I'm double cursed now. There's only 3 curses in the deck. There are 50 cards left, and I happen to draw the curses, so Morty's not having very good luck. So he's going to take his turn, travel 1, 2, 3, roll the travel die. He has an encounter, which he's going to have to try to run away from. It's an alluring devil. First she's going to try to seduce him. He gets +2 to the roll. So he has a 10. He's rolled higher than 5. So that's fine. Now he has to roll his escape roll. That is mandatory. And definitely escaped. So he doesn't have any perk to escaping. So he just runs away. Sorry, dude. Alright, that's the end of turn 20. Morty goes 1, 2, makes his way to Braille, rolls a travel die, has another encounter he's going to have to run away from thanks to this curse. A swarm of rats. The rat's combat value is 10. Try to make my escape. Succeeded. So the rats go in the discard pile. Alright, that brings me to the end of turn 21. Oh, sorry, during turn 21 I will pay 25 gold, which you will see on the City of Braille up in the location guide. Bottom right, the first time you, while in Braille, you can pay 25 to destroy a curse that's on your character. So I'm going to destroy the Terrifying Visions, because that's not cool. That's the end of turn 21. On to turn 22, might as well go hunt a dragon. You know, what fun would that be? I will travel 1, 2, 3. Gonna go hunt Monsignius. Travel die. I get 10 gold, 5, 10. And I get to Monsignius, end of turn 22. And I will battle Monsignius on my next turn. I must roll the travel die for Fiery Breath. Roll that die. So I rolled 8 plus my experience, 29. It's higher than 25, so I dodged the Fiery Breath. I cannot escape this battle. And he's a 25 attack, so let's try that. Only you don't have to worry about that anymore. So I have 21 attack. Monsignius has 25. I don't have any special bonuses here. Actually, you know what? Before I explored, I would have wanted to swap that out. No, I couldn't swap it out. I needed that to move, so kind of stuck in this situation now. Alright, so naturally Monsignius is more powerful than I am. I'm just doing this for fun, see what happens. So Monsignius defeated me by a landslide there. Monsignius got a 1, I got a 2. Monsignius still wins because enemies don't get tragic fails. So Morty tried in a rush to try to beat the clock to defeat Monsignius, but he's failed. So he has -5 XP and must discard a card. Alright. Monsignius goes back here. He's still able to go back and fight if he wishes later on. That's the end of turn 23. Oh, I must run away now. So 1, 2. Yeah, we'll just travel there. Roll the travel die. We have an encounter card. So we must encounter an Orc Warrior. So Orc Warrior has no crazy abilities there. Do I just want to fight it? Why not? Let's fight the Orc Warrior. Definitely defeated. Get 2 experience. 1, 2. And 1 reward. And 10 gold. Alright. Found myself a ring here. +2 against magical, demon, and dragon creatures. So on my recovery phase, I'm going to unequip this and equip this. That'll boost my combat by 2. I'll just put it by 1 because I should have gone down 1 when my experience went down. And then that's all we got going on there. And then I'm going to trigger Aura's Altar. So Aura's Altar is a special place. Take a look at it here. down here. So Aura's Altar, top left, remove all curse cards, gain 1 experience for each curse removed this way. So I will remove this curse and gain an experience. Yay. That's the end of turn 24. Turn 25, I'm just going to try to go, I'll spend my 25 gold to draw an adventure card. Oops. No, not what I wanted, and I will spend an experience point to draw an adventure card using my mask. I've got another encounter. Okay, I'm really not drawing what I need. Somewhere in here there are 7 quest cards, but I cannot find one. So 1, 2, travel here. Roll the travel die. We have a reward card. Nice. A battle axe. Alright. The start of my turn. Battle axe is two-handed, can't use that. Have no maximum hand size. I could equip the potion of speed to gain +2 combat for the turn, but I already have max combat. So we're gonna try another battle against Monsignius here now that it's a little bit more even. So on my 25th turn, or 26th turn now, we'll battle Monsignius. First, roll my action die for his ability. I rolled a 1 tragic fail, so I have -5 combat for the turn. Ouch. Even with my bonus +2 for my class, I can't recover from that. So then we'll go into the combat. I have -5, so I'm at 18, but it's a dragon, so I get +2, so I have +20 to the dragon's +25. I think Monsignius is going to take me out for good. Roll number 1. Yep, tragic fail for me. Roll number 2. Oh, I've got +20. Monsignius has +25. He beat me by 1. So Morty has suffered some tragic fates here this game, but you did get to see how he played out. You can see this plethora of allies that he ended up with, which was kind of neat. You got to see how he, even though he couldn't win any battles in the first half of the game, he was able to travel the globe using different cards and just travel abilities to get to the class locations that he benefits from. Kind of like he knows the people there, and they start telling the tale of his music again, and that's what's helping build his legendary status. So that got him 10 extra experience this game, which also gave him some combat, which helped him trigger to advanced class, which helped him get these creatures. So lots of cool things going on with the Bard character as becoming a cunning charmer, and love to see how he would do in a multiplayer game up against someone like Kane or someone like Vin or the other classes. So we'll be testing some of that. I won't be testing that on the computer, but I've been testing that offline. So hopefully you liked what you saw, the defeat of Morty to Monsignius, the volcanic dragon. I'm sure he'll be telling the tales of his defeat for years to come until he has a chance to become a legend of Novus himself.